Hello, my name is Ryland Yates, and this is my speech. My speech is on why soccer is the greatest sport in the world and why it should be in the US and be more popular. Soccer has a global impact of unification, with its big competitions in the World Cup to the Champions League. These great competitions bring together people from all other cultures, and it has an influence because of its drama, athleticism, skill. These are all required to play, which really set it beyond the other sports, making it the best. According to Pele, success is no failure. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, loving what you're learning to do. Now, the thing with soccer, I think it belongs in the US because it brings together everybody. In times of isolation where people are arguing and two sides can't agree, something like this, like a big competition in the World Cup, brings together people from all around and puts their differences aside. We also have a lot of talent that has been going to other sports, and I think the USA could be one of the best, if not the best, soccer team in the world if we put more funding into soccer programs to help with our athletes going to soccer instead. According to the World Cup website, it is played in over 200 countries by 250 million different players. And the actual World Cup final was broadcasted and streamed, and it had over 3.6 billion watchers, which is nearly half the planet. That is amazing. The great thing about soccer is its simplicity. There's no timeouts, there's no commercials. It makes it really easy to watch. It is a sport that's played internationally, I should say, with poor countries, rich countries. Like I said, there's over 200 countries that it is played in, which makes it a very easy sport to have in any country. It doesn't require much equipment, a ball, and I guess 2 sticks or something you can call a goal. Poor or rich, it does not matter. There are poor countries all the time in the World Cup that beat these rich countries with these great teams with players that are just super rich. It doesn't matter. The poverty of the country doesn't matter. These players play with their passion, and that's what really sets aside a good team from a bad team in big competitions. There's no size advantage. That is a great thing about soccer, is that no matter how you're born, you could be 5 foot, you could be 7 foot, and there's a position and there's a purpose for a player for each size, and there's no necessary advantage for a player that's bigger. Some may say goalkeepers are better if they're bigger, but that's not always true. There are many goalkeepers from the USA and many other countries where they have been a lot shorter and still made up for it with their athleticism. The scale of soccer is truly astronomical. There are leagues from Little League, from these tiny kids playing just from barely after being born, to adult leagues to where 60-year-olds going into retirement can stay in shape and go into these soccer leagues, as well as professional leagues where players at the top of their athletic capabilities can play and earn a lot of money. The passion in soccer is truly on its own. There's no other sport that has the passion in these big competitions and the national anthems before the games. Italy is commonly known to have the passion and yelling at the top of their lungs in the national anthem. And it is ridiculous. This is a cool fact from Bleacher Report. It was illegal to play soccer in Mississippi until 1991. That is just ridiculous in my opinion. Soccer also provides a lot of financial support, and it's opening a lot of industries. Now, imagining a world in the USA where there was soccer at the top of its performance and peak, there would be academies where you could enter your kids from a young age, and you could go all the way up, and you could have more career options in training, being a trainer, and athletic directors to a player. And it is great to have those. But in the USA, that is lacking. So if these academies were implemented, it would help a lot. According to the New York Times, soccer has been played in the 1800s by London prisoners. Now, all of this put together, I think this makes a great point of why soccer is the greatest sport in the world, and I think this is why it needs to be more popular in the USA. So I encourage you to go get some friends, go outside, grab a ball, go kick around, and enjoy the beautiful game. Let's spread its happiness. Thank you for listening.